Can the Buffalo Sabres really turn this thing around? What's up, everybody, and welcome back to another video of Sports Talk Buffalo. The Buffalo Sabres now sit at 14-19-4, 37 games into the season, coming off of a 3-game winning streak that saw them outscore their opponents 17-5 in those 3 games. Now, of course, this comes on the heels of an incredibly bad and honestly fucking embarrassing 13-game winless streak that saw the Buffalo Sabres basically fall completely out of contention and into the bottom of the NHL standings once again. In those 3 games, however, it did look as though players like Jack Quinn and Dylan Cousins were starting to come around. Jack Quinn has 6 points, 2 goals, 4 assists in those 3 games, and Dylan Cousins also had 4 points, a goal, and 3 assists in those 3 games. It looks like those players are finally starting to come around, turn the corner, and be the pieces that we need them to be in order for the Buffalo Sabres to be successful, as well as their big guns continue to contribute in Rasmus Dahlin. He is only a couple games back after a relatively long injury. He has 7 points in those 3 games, in that 3-game win streak. And of course, Tage Thompson, who had 4 points, 2 goals, and 2 assists in those 4 games. Something else the Sabres are getting, they're getting production from their young players, as Yuri Kulik is really starting to hit his stride in the NHL. He had 4 points, 3 goals, and an assist in those 3 games, and Zach Benson, a goal and an assist in those 3 games as well. Not to mention the absolute stellar play of Ukko Pakalukinen in those 3 games has the Buffalo Sabres pretty much rolling to end that little 3-game streak. However, the combined record of those 3 teams during this 3-game losing streak is 43, 56, and 13. That is all just to say, let us pull the reins back on anybody having been getting ahead of themselves a little bit after this little mini streak that the Sabres might be going on, that things might be turning around and we might be in for a fairy tale of a season. The Buffalo Sabres' next 3 games, to put in perspective, are also not going to do them any favors, as they play the Dallas Stars, the Vegas Golden Knights, and the Washington Capitals in that order. And at the time of the recording of this video, those 3 teams were the complete opposite of the teams that the Sabres just faced, with a record of 71, 33, and 5. So this 3-game stretch will really show whether or not the Buffalo Sabres have any sort of realistic opportunity to start to claw their way back and potentially just get their names back into contention for a potential playoff spot. If the Sabres cannot perform against some of the better teams, the best team being the Vegas Golden Knights currently in the NHL, then this season is pretty much another wash, and we can start realistically looking forward to the offseason and all of the big decisions that are to come for this Buffalo Sabres team. At the time of this video, Buffalo sits 8 points. 8 points out of a playoff spot. And at the current pace, it appears that the Sabres will need at least 92 points to clinch the final playoff spot. So if the teams that are currently in the 2 playoff spots play at the level they're playing at right now, the Ottawa Senators would reach 91 points. So that means the Sabres would have to get to 92 in order to clinch that final wild card spot in the East. And that means the Sabres will need to get 60 of their last 90 points on the season, basically winning 2/3 of all of their remaining 45 games, essentially having to go 28-13-4 in these games to even be in contention, to even have a sniff of the playoffs this season. Buffalo has dug themselves a monumental hole, and they have to play some of the best hockey that they have played as a group these last 45 games in order to give themselves just an opportunity to make it into the playoffs. And while this isn't an insurmountable task, anyone that has watched this Buffalo Sabres team over the last few seasons with this core of players knows just how tall of a task going 28-13-4 would be for this group. So let me know what you guys think in the comments section below. Do the Buffalo Sabres have a realistic opportunity with what I just laid out to make a push for the playoffs, or did that incredibly embarrassing 13-game winless streak sink them early in the season? That's going to do it for this video, guys. I want to remind you guys to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you guys never miss a video. I love talking Bills, Sabres, and the University at Buffalo men's basketball and football teams right here on this page. Also, remember to check out some cool merch. The links are always in the description below. I want to thank you guys for watching, and as always, have a fantastic week.